I am starting to do this video vlog, I guess they call it, just documenting my journey as far as screen printing. I'm new to it, just got it set up, got paint, and I have no clue what I'm doing. I've been watching tutorials, taking notes, and so on. I joined this t-shirt community, and I'm hoping to be able to get some good, thorough feedback from this t-shirt community, as along with just some tips and tricks along the way. And maybe one day my trial and error will help somebody else out moving forward. So with that, I just want to kind of jump into it. I've got a 4-print, 4-color station that I picked up off of Craigslist. I'm not for sure the maker. I've looked into it a little bit, and it looks similar to the Atlas models, but again, I'm Googling is not giving me any specific information. I bought it off of Craigslist. The guy didn't have too much information on it. He had just been sitting on it for a while. He said he had been using it and upgraded to a 6-color, 6-station press, and that's why he was getting rid of it. So far, everything seems to rotate and work just fine. All of the air shocks are working just fine. It's got micro registration, a bunch of the things that seem to be wanted and needed as far as screen printing goes. Now with this, I've been doing a lot of looking, going back and forth between the water-based and Plastisol inks, and what I've came to the conclusion is that Plastisol is the way for me to start. Water-based, actually this is water-based. I did a speedball, one of the speedball at-home kits first to start out, and it came out cool. I like the feel of it, but just seeing that a lot of the problem with ink drying in the screen and so on, just having to work so fast, and then being in this huge learning curve that I know I'm going to be on, I didn't want to keep running into those problems. So I figured I could at least start and get the process down with Plastisol, which is a little more forgiving, and then if I felt the need to go over to water-based, then I could do that. A lot of the tutorials and in the research that I've done have Ryonet keeps popping up for a lot of the entry level. So I ended up going with them, going on their site and getting my starter material from them. So I'm going to kind of go through what it is that I picked up, along with some of the things that I've made in order to help this process and so on. So we'll start here. I picked up a quart of just some red. One of the first prints that I'm going to do is white and red, 2-color setup. Got a quart of that. I've got a quart of their Meteor white. Picked up a quart of the Emulsion. And what I did find is they have this RyoCharge, which is supposed to take your Plastisol ink and make it more of a water-based ink feel to it. So I picked that and the Discharge agent up. The Discharge agent smells like Night of the Living Dead, like in a can. So from there, you guys like my fancy little Price is Right rotation screen? Anyways, so I've got me an emulsion tray to apply the emulsion. I actually bought this off Craigslist too. Got a couple of squeegees, 60 to 65 durometer. Got an 8-inch and a 16-inch, just to be able to fit the screens. I actually got this one because with that speedball setup that I had, I just wanted to try this instead of the little plastic squeegee that it comes with. I've got some Plastisol paint screen wash, spray wash, and some concentrated emulsion remover. I picked up simple green. I kept getting, coming across simple green being a way to degrease the screen afterwards, because I guess the Plastisol leaves a lot of grease behind. Just some masking tape for this moment as far as taping the edges. I know that that's not probably the best thing, but I see people working with it. One of the things also with this is that I'm doing this with my means. I know that there's a million things better. They cost. Right now, I just don't have the money to dish out on that, so I'm going to work with what I got. So with the information that I get and the feedback, if you guys could really give me information on how to use what I've got, especially if you have, well, no shop is complete without a nice little radio. And so after screening, I've got me a nice little heat gun. Figure that's the way to dry it. I've done it on this one. It's passed the wash test. and also this. This is a ink, water-based paint. This is actually the Plastisol mix. I actually did this last night and it dried and so on. I've got a temperature gun, a little cheap Ryobi. This is just some tack for the shirts to stick to the platens, and then I picked up a little scale to be able to mix my paints and stuff according to the instructions on Ryonet. With that, let me see. Got a couple of these 156 mesh screens from Ryonet, 20 by 24. Figured that'd be good enough to start with. Got two of those, and then I also got a 230 that I picked up off of Craigslist, and figured, you know, that'll work for when I got some higher detail. I built myself a screen burner here. Just got a shop light from Home Depot. Put it here. It's 18 inches up. Sit the screens on there. I've been running them for about 18 minutes. I had actually burned some screens last night. I burned 2 screens. Let the emulsion dry. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the whole process on here and find out. I felt that I did not nail it. You know, didn't nail it 100%. So I'd like to go back through and just get some feedback and see how I can get it down right. Because it looks so easy when I watch you guys do it, of course. Now with that, also I've got a 15 by 15 heat press back there, and that's what I actually use to cure the shirts. Again, I know having a flash dryer and a conveyor dryer would be great, just not doable. I'm in an apartment right now. This is the garage that I rent out in my apartments, so space is limited and funds are limited. I live in an apartment. Anyways, with that, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is that this wonderful community is about, along with documenting my journey through it. And I appreciate all feedback, even if it's negative. Don't be too harsh though, you know, I'm just trying. Now with that, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon. All right.